What up? I'm DJ Hazmat.
Yeah, and I'm Matty Wills.
Welcome back to the post-game edition of Matt and Mad Sports. A loss.
Yeah, an unfortunate loss. A wide range of emotions, I just said, as we were getting on here in the last 2 minutes of that game. But the Browns lose 16-14 to the Las Vegas Raiders. Haz, what are your first thoughts?
It's a wrap. My first thoughts are, I just, it's
We
just
don't know. Tell us.
it's been a very frustrating season for the Browns, and for potentially for it to end like this, because we got a short week. We got to go see the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. They are
Merry
playing.
Christmas.
They
by the
are
way.
like considered to be like the top
Oh,
team in
Aaron
the
Rodgers is going to get
NFL.
the MVP. I think Tom Brady just played himself out of that MVP
We
conversation
can't
last
stop
game.
Derek Carr. I mean, what we gonna do with Aaron Rodgers? You know what I'm saying? And Myles Garrett a little gimpy. I know he fought it out. He toughed it out.
He did.
But he got a groin. Something's going on there.
Yep.
So he wasn't able to be as dominant as he normally is down the stretch. And we lost Tack McKinley. This season has just it's been a myriad of misfortune.
Yeah,
I should say. And from the torn labrum week 2 that caused Baker Mayfield to go into a regression, and
cost him a fair season.
Everything that has happened this season has just been aimed towards us. And it was crazy because, like, earlier in the season, I was watching ESPN, and there was a guy, at the beginning of the season, there were people that were on national channels that were like on us, like, we picking the Browns to win the division and all this. There was one guy on there that I was calling a hater. He said, I don't think they're a playoff team. He said that at the beginning of the season. And nobody wanted to hear that. But like I said at halftime, it was like, how you think we not going to be a playoff team after what we just did? And we bringing the whole team back, the same squad. And look at what just happened. Come on, Michael Gibson. You wrote a paragraph.
Just damn it. Fought hard, but still fell short. Pretty much season-long story. If these guys didn't have bad luck, they would have no luck at all. Sad to recognize, I think season is over. Now, Haz, I know that's kind of what you just said, but there is still light at the end of this tunnel in this thing. When you look at the division, okay, we know that because the NFL Network reminded us all game long. The Browns won that game, we'd be first place in the AFC North. If we lost that game, we'd be in last place in the AFC North. But that sounds horrible, and it is horrible. But when you look at the record, Cincinnati and Baltimore both 8-6. We split with Baltimore. We have the tiebreaker over Baltimore. We beat Cincinnati the first game.
Over Cincinnati.
I'm sorry? We got the tiebreaker over both of those guys.
How do we have the tiebreaker over Baltimore?
Because Baltimore's division record is horrible. They're 1-3 in the division. So right now, we would, if the Browns and the Ravens finished with the same record, right now we would have the tiebreaker over them. We have the tiebreaker over the Bengals if we can tie them in record, but if they have a better record than us, then that doesn't apply. So the Bengals and the Ravens are both 8-6. The Steelers are 7-6. Of course, they have the tiebreaker over the Browns right now because they beat us in our only head-to-head. But we still have games against both of those teams is what I'm saying, the Bengals and the Steelers. So the Browns definitely still have a chance. The Ravens haven't been lighting anything up, and they were in first place a week ago, right? So they lost with a guy who's really he really played better than Lamar has been playing lately, and they still lost to the Packers. The thing is,
that wasn't because of him. That was because of their head coach deciding to go for 2 with the game on the line.
Again,
it's either get this 2 points or you're going to lose. And he decided that for the second time in 3 weeks, he did that. And they lost both times. So it's like, and this is the third time that they've done that this season. And I don't care about that. I'm glad he went for 2. I was so happy that he chose to go for 2 because I felt like, all right, they're going to lose this game and the Browns got a chance.
Yeah.
But the Browns, every time the door is open for us, we just don't want to walk through it. And that is the storyline of this team. The door gets opened over and over and over again, and we are never prepared to walk through that door. This is the Browns. What is Tamika Rashid talking about? We are in the toughest division, not ready to give up yet.
It comes down
You gotta go
to
look at our AFC record, though. That's the
it,
problem. The problem with the Browns is that most of their losses came in the AFC. And that is a problem when it comes to if our record is if let's say if we could get to 10-7, because if we're not getting in the playoffs unless we get to 10-7. I don't believe that we'll make the playoffs with a 9-8
it
record.
really boils down to what happens in the other team's games. It really does. Because I know a lot of people this week, you're going to hear them chalk a loss up on the record sheet for the Browns going into Green Bay on Christmas Day, right? But it gets interesting. What are the other teams in the division? Who do they have to play? Because they haven't been winning either. So there's still a lot that's going to happen in these last few weeks. It ain't over. We took a big hit today, though.
Well, it's
Definitely
not over.
took a big hit.
Well, thank goodness that
Fine.
no team in the AFC North seems prepared to step up and win this division.
Exactly.
So for me, it's like if you still have a chance at the division, that's going to be your only chance. I don't think Cleveland gets in as a wild card with the amount of AFC losses that we have taken throughout
4
this
and
season.
6, I believe, in the AFC, as I was just looking at it.
It's not that's terrible. And and the teams that are in the hunt are teams that we've lost to. So we can't win a tiebreaker with anybody that's in the hunt because we lost to those teams. The only one is the Cincinnati Bengals, maybe the Ravens, but only because of if our division record ends up better than theirs, which we have 2 more divisional games. But this is like the most frustrating thing ever. People are like, how come you haven't been doing songs? This is why.
Well, another frustrating thing is that Baltimore actually plays Cincinnati next week. We need both of those teams to lose, so maybe they can end in a tie, even though I don't know if that will help us.
Well, I mean, so let's think about that. Like, who would we really benefit from more winning that game?
I don't think it matters. Maybe Cincinnati, because maybe we want Cincinnati. I don't know. Maybe we want Cincinnati to lose because we still play them again. But again, we're talking about for the division, so we really need both of those teams.
Well, they can't both lose.
They can't.
So what would be the more beneficial to the Browns? Which loss? Because we already played the Ravens twice. We don't get to determine our fate with them. So I think with Cincinnati kind of being at the head of the table right now, we probably need them to lose.
Yeah.
But then that puts Baltimore back at the head of the table.
That'll put them right back at they'd be 9-7, and then they'd be 9-6, and then if we take an L next week is huge. I mean,
it's not even next week, it's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Our kids have been counting down the days till Christmas. I'm dreading it now. It's like
your house not quiet. My house be quiet on Christmas, man, because everybody get their thing, and the kids, and then they go and they play with their thing, man. So it'd be a quiet day. I don't know. I like watching the NBA on Christmas. I don't like football on Christmas, man. The Christmas is for the NBA, and as far as I'm concerned, most of my life. So this sucks. And then to have to go to Lambeau in December, I don't know. I don't know exactly what that record is for opposing teams playing in Lambeau in December, but I don't think it's very good, at least in the Aaron Rodgers / Brett Favre era, which spans decades.
My neighbor came over. My next door neighbor, he came and watched the second half with me. Oh, and by the way, where's Sam at? Because I didn't even check my Roku app. The game was on CBS.
So he was right?
No, he's wrong. I'm trying to tell y'all that I get the Cleveland channels on my Roku box, and I've been doing it all season. Yes, he's right about the fact that I was looking at it on my phone, and my phone will not pick up the local channels because my phone goes off of the IP.
Well, Jamal informs us that Sam has stepped out, and this is what we talk about in our production meetings.
No, I'm just saying. I watched the whole second half on one of my regular TVs, which was great.
Good deal.
But I got to see that loss in high def, so great. I mean, my neighbor was the ultimate optimist for us because he's an Atlanta Falcons fan, so you know what they go through. So every time it's like they about to do this, they about to get a sack, they about to get a 3 and out. I'm like, bruh, I'm a Browns fan. I don't got no faith in it. You know what I mean? I have lost all faith in anything. What is it? What does Twan say?
Wow.
You need a fire stick, man. I have a fire stick. I can show you how to borrow. What is it? Borrow any game. All right,
Hey,
Twan.
all right, listen.
You trying to
So
pirate on our show and stuff.
so the playoff chances we were talking about for the Browns, right? We already know that it's a tough road to winning the division now because we need two teams to lose and they play each other. When you talk about the wild card, to your point, we way down on that list, dog. Way down on that list. The only team even in contention that it looks like we have a tiebreaker over is Denver, who has the same record that we do, but we're in 12th place technically. Is there in 13th place because of that? But we ain't. I mean, chances are
What does
slim
Charles
when
Hardaway
it goes the
says?
wild card route.
Charles Hardaway says Browns fans have more patience than Job. What does that mean? Was that a
I think it's a
was that
dig
a
at Browns fans
typo? Than
with
Job?
including a typo.
More patience than Job. I'm trying to
What up,
understand.
Howard
Take the
Purnell?
comment
Class of
down as long as possible.
'97. I'm class of '01, big dog.
The Browns fans don't have any patience for one, Charles Hardaway. He sounds like he's not a Browns fan.
Doesn't sound like it.
He's speaking on Browns fans. No, there's no patience.
Charles also said what Green Bay is going to do to us is going to be a violation of human rights. Listen,
Oh,
I don't
okay,
believe
no
that.
more comments from Charles.
I don't believe that only because our defense has been playing well. I mean, including this Raiders game, who they had their whole regular offense out there, and we still
Job. It's a Bible reference. Now I feel like a heathen.
Oh yeah, duh. We're idiots for that. My bad.
It said Job, so I didn't.
But it
I
was a
wasn't
capital
thinking about
J.
the
We shouldn't
Bible.
do that.
Job.
No, we shouldn't do that.
I
My bad.
no,
Yeah.
no, I shouldn't have known that.
Yeah. I don't know if we have that much patience, to be honest. But
There's no patience
I get you.
with
I
the
get what you're
Browns
saying.
fandom. That's a complete farce. No patience with the Browns fans. Okay, you can just cut that out. We know that's not true. No patience. I hate last place. Of course, we hate last place. Nobody wants to be in last place, man. But it is what it is.
So Pittsburgh goes to Kansas City next week when we're looking at the schedule for next week. So far, Baltimore plays Cincinnati next week at 1:00 or Sunday at 1:00. And then Pittsburgh travels to Kansas City. Listen, Pittsburgh has a 0% chance of winning that game.
I'll be rooting for the
no chance to win.
I think I got to root for the Baltimore Ravens on this one.
Think
only
so?
Because we've already played them. We beat
and we got the tiebreaker
we
over
already beat Cincinnati. We have the tiebreaker over them. They take a divisional loss because it's going to come down to that last game to decide possibly the division. If they take 7 losses like us and we both get to the final game with 7 losses, I think that means we could win the division with a win over the Cincinnati Bengals.
The thing is, though, that would give Cincinnati a division record of 4-1, while the Browns' division record is still 2-2. So
no, I said Cincinnati should lose.
Okay. So that would give them a division record of.
What's our division record?
2-2. And we got Pittsburgh left, and we got Cincinnati left.
Right. So we could right this ship if the Baltimore Ravens definitely need to beat the Cincinnati Bengals because we're only getting in the postseason if we win this division. We're not winning any tiebreakers in that wild card hunt.
And either way, we got to win next week. I mean, if we lose next week and go 7-8.
Oh yeah,
I mean the chances are really super slim. But to whoever said that Green Bay was going to violate us on Sunday, listen, the Browns aren't going to be favored in that game. I would guess, if I had to guess, that depending on if the Browns get their guys back, that we would probably be in the realm of 4.5 point to underdogs or something like that on the road.
Take Michael's comment down. We don't want to hear it. We're not about to talk about what the Green Bay Packers about to do to us.
But we have good defense, and a good defense can keep you in games, man. So Aaron Rodgers probably going to win the MVP this season, but maybe we can have him have an off night. I don't know. Well, the thing that's scary is, as good as you do defensively against Green Bay, you're still going to need to be able to score into the 20s if you even want to have a chance at beating Aaron Rodgers. If you even want to sniff a chance of beating Aaron Rodgers, you're going to have to score into the 20s. So I don't know. Maybe it's a long shot. Who knows?
Well, my concern would be, 1, Jadeveon Clowney is in concussion protocol. 2, Myles Garrett has some sort of growing situation going on. And
finished the game, though. But
that's our pass rush. Going up against Aaron Rodgers, as you speak about. I just don't, it's just This is it, man. I don't, you know, I wouldn't have had much confidence going into the Green Bay Packer game, but I would have had more confidence in us getting to the playoffs had we won this game.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I'm not worried about necessarily winning the Green Bay Packer game if we won this game.
Yeah.
Like, we
No, you
don't
could. That was
necessarily
the game you
need.
could have gave up if we won this
Yeah.
game, for sure, for sure. Things get exponentially harder now that we have to travel to Lambeau on Christmas Day after you open your gifts with your kids
With a
and
team
put
that
on your new
cannot
slippers.
score barely. We can't
Yeah.
score. Maybe Nick Mullen, if Nick Mullen has to take the field again because of concussion protocol, then maybe he'll fare better and they'll open up the offense a little bit with him, because I really feel like they were playing scared. I
Well,
really
my
feel like the
problem.
play calling was they were playing scared. I remember, what was it, a 3rd and 11? It was a draw play or a screen play to Dearness Johnson. I mean, it almost worked, but it didn't. You know what I mean? And it's like the whole game was conservative. They just did not want to risk giving up, like turning the ball over or something, I guess. But I think you had nothing to lose but to be in last place. So it's like, if Nick Mullen, you just got to go out there and call the game. I heard him talking about how Kevin Stefanski gave them the blessing to be aggressive. Don't worry about me
But
looking
that's
over
the
your
thing.
shoulder.
Stefanski's not aggressive. The offense didn't look that different than what it normally looks like.
I don't know. I honestly don't know,
I
man.
just mean from a schematic standpoint, the way they were calling the plays, it looked like a regular Stefanski-led Cleveland Browns offense. I thought that a lot of I don't know if it was on Mullins or on the play call in the first half, especially a lot of the passes were only going 3 yards down the field.
Can we put Michael's comment up about Baker, who we don't even know is going to play? Baker has to be able to go toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers for us to have a chance. Need I say more? Yes, you have to say plenty more, because I just watched.
That's
So
tough.
let me ask you this,
Oof, that's a
Michael.
mouthful already.
Let me ask you this, Michael. Did Taysom Hill go toe-to-toe with Tom Brady?
Good point. That's a good
Did he go
point.
toe-to-toe with him?
They went in there and shut out the Super Bowl champion GOAT.
Stop making it this quarterback versus this quarterback. Let's just play team ball and go out there and make plays. Everybody wants to bring back the narrative of this quarterback versus this quarterback. We know who Aaron Rodgers is. Okay? What we need to do is play good defense and somehow establish our running game. We supposedly have one of the best backs in the league, and we couldn't even salt away the game after a great interception, because their running scheme is non-creative. Everybody knows where the ball is going.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Nick Chubb was getting that ball. Yeah. And if you thought Nick Chubb was just going to run through 5 people, you're wrong. Nick Chubb is a great back, but he ain't running through everybody's whole defense when everybody's keying on him. You had the perfect opportunity on several occasions in this game to hit him with the play action, and you just did not. And I just feel like, no, it's like, Tom Brady played. Tom Brady didn't play bad. Tom Brady was forced to play bad because the defense stepped up.
Yeah, he did play bad, but he was forced to play bad because you're exactly right. Listen, since the Cincinnati Bengals game where the Browns put 41 on the board, one of those was a pick 6 from Denzel Ward. We've scored 7, 13, 10, 22 last week, but then we got a fumble return for a touchdown in that game too, didn't we? So I think we only scored 15 offensively in that game and then 14 today. There's something wrong. Say what you want about the injuries, about Baker.
I'm not making your point, Michael. Anything you say in a conversation about Baker haters think you're making their point. I'm not making your point.
Only thing I want to close on is saying that there's something wrong schematically with the offense. This team doesn't score a lot of points. It doesn't matter who's on the field. We have trouble moving the ball and we have trouble scoring points. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Baker supporter by any means. I hope that he does good because he's the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, but I'm not one of the people that would go out there and say that, he's a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. But this proves No, I'm not saying that you said that. I'm just saying that a game like this and other games where we had the other backup play against Denver where you didn't score a lot of points, there's something is not right with the offense. Do we need better receivers? Is it all on the fact that we don't have top-notch receivers anymore because we ran OBJ out of town?
Well,
Like, can we blame it on that, or is it on the coach?
Actually, DPJ was making plays in the second
Oh,
half.
he had a hell of a second half. He's
So
the only reason. He's the reason why you're in the game in the second half.
I mean, do we need better receivers? I don't necessarily think. I think
Schwartz
you
didn't make
I
a
think you
play.
could use some more speed at receiver for
Hey,
sure.
well, Schwartz is supposed to be one of the fastest guys in the NFL, and we haven't called his name since he let the one ball turn into an interception in week 1 or 2 or whatever that was. But
why are we talking about Baker Mayfield? He's on COVID protocol.
who? What are you talking about?
Like somebody like Baker is definitely basic Mayfield. Like, why are we turning this into a Baker Mayfield conversation?
I mean, he
didn't play today.
Man.
He didn't play today.
All right. Tough loss for the Browns. Tough loss for the Browns. Final 2 minutes, up and down, up and down. The Greedy Williams pick, probably the highlight of his stint here in Cleveland.
Hey, Michael, sign off.
All right.
Take his comment down.
What else you got, man?
I don't got nothing but a bottle of Terramana.
Yeah.
And
I got some 17th.
and,
I got a little
and the Omicron. I went to Big Lotto's birthday party on Friday. It was nothing but ass and Omicron in there. Sheesh. Good Lord.
Sure, you had a great time there. My goodness gracious.
They was riding the bull. It was Western theme. I had on a cowboy hat in there.
All right.
I wish back in the day when I was young and going to the clubs all the time that girls came out the way they do now. Like, what is going on? This is about football, though.
Is it? Is it about football?
Well, I'm just because this game was closely tied.
Damn, you know what I just thought about, man? We got to work. We doing the show next week. We about to work on Christmas. We about to do a show.
Well, this show airs at halftime of every Browns game and postgame. So if you don't want to do it, that's up to you.
Jamal said it's our gift to the fans. All right. Well, we'll see you all on Christmas Day then. I don't think I got much more to offer today. With that being said.
All right, we appreciate all your comments.
5 NBA games going on Christmas Day, even though half the people are in COVID protocol as well. So maybe those games will be trash too. Big game for the Browns next week, though, Has. So we'll see what happens, man.
Maybe I'll do a song.
Listen, if the Browns win next week, you better do a damn song.
How about I do a song now?
All right, go ahead, knock it out. I'm gonna play PlayStation 5, play some Call of Duty. So.
Oh, well, you enjoy that, bro. And oh God. And it's crazy because there's a Monday Night Football game on right now.
Oh,
it feels super late.
It is, yeah,
but it's not. Like the Monday Night Football game is just kicked off about 5 minutes ago.
I ordered some Wingstop for the family.
Oh my goodness!
And I don't even know if it's here. All right, man, come on.
All right, well,
we appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the comments.
Thank you, Howard, Kimberly, Mystery Browns fan, Michael, and Charles. Thank you guys. So for Matt and Matt Sports, I'm DJ Has Matt.
I'm Matty Wills. Peace.
And we out.